Hello everyone, and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode, we're going to play a little Pioneer Humans. So, with the Hobbit, we got the new Queen of Dale. 2 mana 2/1. Whenever an opponent casts their first non-creature spell, each turn we get to recruit. And what recruit does is we draw a card and discard a card. If that discarded card is non-land, we get a 1/1 human soldier, which means that against a lot of the control decks, we can actively bring more humans out every turn. And that overwhelms our opponent very easily if we have Thalia's Lieutenant or Coppercoat Vanguard out. But this is something that a human deck can do that hasn't been done in a while, even though we got a lot of help in the recent sets. We got Cecil from Final Fantasy, of course, which is a human, along with Zach Fair. We also got my Scornful Striker, which is a human that also deals damage to our opponent whenever they play non-creature spells. Also deal damage to ourselves, but that's fine. We don't have that many non-creature spells. And we have Garena Dauntless General, one of the most important cards in human, because, well, what's our opponent going to do against our human deck? Board wipe. Garena gives them hexproof and indestructible. What else can our opponent do to win? They can combo with their graveyard. Garena exiles their graveyard. So we got a lot of plus sides with a human card that also, of course, synergizes with a lot of the human synergies. And our main win con is still Adeline the Resplendent Cathar, which as a 3 mana comes in to make a 1/1 human whenever we attack, and then her power is equal to the number of creatures we control, which usually is pretty big. So 3 mana 4/4 that attacks to make a creature every turn is already pretty good. This is going to be a 3 mana 5/4, 6/4, and it keeps growing, right? So that's very important. And if you look at the deck a little bit, we have a whole slew of legendaries. Thalia is a legendary, Queen of Dale is a legendary, Garena is a legendary, Adeline is a legendary, right? We're also Zach and Cecil are both legendaries. We can also run Kithion to turn him into Gideon. That is another legendary, which means, oh boy, we can run Mox Amber and actually ramp us out in the early game. It's kind of a more of our mana-based land than, what we normally would have in these kind of decks. So with this human deck, we're running 20 mana sources, but only 16 lands. We're very greedy. And hopefully that'll pay off because we just have 1 and 2 drops anyways. So let's hop on the deck list. So early game, for the 1 drop, we have 4 Cecil, 2 Zach, and 2 Kithion. Very important to get out our 1 drop, but I couldn't fit in more 1 drops in the deck, so that is the 1 drops that we have early. We should probably hard mulligan for a 1 drop, maybe even mull down to 5 for a 1 drop sometimes. I think that's fair, because whenever we get Zach Fair or Cecil out, that means that our Mox Amber gives out additional mana. Now the dream, of course, if you Kithion into a Mox Amber, you can then play a Zach. That would be a turn 1, 2 1-drop creatures. That would be very overwhelming for our opponent because on our turn 2, we actually have 3 mana. We can even get out Adeline. And when we attack, we can flip Kithion. That's crazy, right? So that is something that we can do with this dream hand. Of course, what we really want to do is turn 2 have a lot of our more important cards. Thalia is very good at making sure that our opponent does not answer our play because of their non-creature spells. We can also have a Queen of Dale, which if our opponent does have non-creature spells and they try to target our Queen of Dale to remove her, we still recruit, get another human on board, and they go down a card while we stay on board with board presence. That's why we have 4 of each of these. We also have 4 Coppercoat Vanguard and 4 Thalia's Lieutenant. These are cards that help us deal more damage as we go more and more wide. 4 Dark Confidant because we want to draw more cards. 4 Garena because we want to protect our board while dealing damage or exiling opponent's graveyard. And 2 my Scornful Striker just so that if our opponent is playing a prowess deck, they're going to really hate their life. And then we finally have the top end, which is 3 drops. We have 4 Adeline and 2 Extraction Specialists. Extraction Specialists can bring out these any of these creatures. You can bring out basically anything but Adeline, which, Adeline just either we win game or we lose her. So that is the whole meta. And then for our mana base, we have 4 Mox Amber, which even though we're going to treat it like a land, it's technically not a land. So we have 16 lands total. 4 Concealed Courtyard, 4 Godless Shrine, 4 Cavern of Souls, 4 Plaza of Heroes. That's it. We just got no lands in the deck, and hopefully that should pay off by us not getting flooded. Let's go into the game and see how well we will do. Alright, our opponent is Zaku. Alright. Here's, as they say, small fry. One goes first, though. How's it going? How's it going, Mr. Go First? Okay, tap land and say go. I get Thoth Seized here, but yeah. Into rest. By the way, we're losing our Mox Amber. It's kind of unfortunate, but then again, it's not like I have a play with it. I will have a play with it next turn, right? So, we just Bobby? Bobby B? I would Bobby B it. Love me some Bobby B. Alright, punished for not playing Confidant in, against the black deck. I don't think they had really any way to stop our Confidant anyway. And we'll get Cecil out here. And maybe Garena, just attacked. And target his graveyard, gotta target him to exile his graveyard. Oh, you got no plays. Oh, that won't end well for you. Also got a Coppercoat Vanguard. I think the Adeline this turn. Adeline. Mildred's Epic. Non-token creature of the... Oh, you're gonna make me sack? I know what I'm gonna sack. That's Garena with Adeline. Adeline with Garena protection. Liliana's not gonna do it. That's what I thought.
Nobody knows Dominaria's shadows like me.
Why are you signing when you already left? Alright, our opponent is Unwishing Plague. He's a weekly warrior. I mean, you should wish a little. We go first. Alright. I don't want to get Thoughtseize, so we will Cecil into a Mox. That does mean, you know, Adeline turn 2, which is wild. But hey, maybe they have a turn 0 play. No, they don't. Human. So no Mox. I don't think there's a turn 1 way to kill a Mox Amber. So I think I'm good. No reason not to throw out a Mox. I keep thinking, because we use the Mox in the artifact deck, I do it that way. Not necessary. Oh. More humans. Now, Thalia. Get taxed. Pay 2 mana for your Thoughtseize. Probably take Adeline here. But then he's gonna pay for that with a Coppercoat Vanguard. Thalia's Lieutenant. Yeah, jerk. With your hand disruption and your turn on fatal push. Ah, that's what I thought. GG, Unwishing Plague. I unwish you well. Alright, our opponent is Dark Paladin 11. Dark Paladin, huh? You gotta go first against the Dark Paladin. How's it going? Yeah, Plaza. And I'm gonna put out the Mox. Mainly because I don't want to get Thoughtseize, but also I might play Thalia and now tax out my own Mox. And then see? Yeah, I knew it. I want Thoughtseize every game. You can take Thalia so that I can't activate a Mox, but I also can't use the activated Mox for anyway, so let's take Thalia. Look at the Coppercoat Vanguard, he just gets removed. Look at Thalia's Lieutenant, he just gets removed. There is no plus side to any of this. I don't have a white board, so I'm gonna play this. We finally get to go first, and somehow the deck decided no undrops. Oh my god, to see. The fuck. Our opponent has 2 1 drops? Well. He's already down to 11 because he kept dust seizing himself, so we have that going for us. Superior Spider-Man on what? Thalia? 4/4 Thalia. Okay. Oh, that's not very nice, is it? 5 to 4/4 Thalia. It's first strike. Five 3. Can't fight a 5/3. But I do have double ward. Not attacking. I don't think I fight through any of them. You know what? So that's a 7/5. I think a 7/5 attack seems pretty decent. Go all in. Superior Spider-Man. Guess we found out who's the real superior game here. Alright, our opponent is Kang0564. Gonna go first. No 1-drops. I learned my lesson. Always mulligan for that 1-drop. But now I have too many 1-drops. Back. I like Cecil more than Kethos. Alright, so I guess we put back Kethos here. We already have Cecil. You're mulliganing too? Oh, Cecil. Did he answer Cecil with Bobby B? Now they're red. Oh, they're Swifty. Attack me. I dare you. Really thinking about it? Come on. Really? Double fried rice? Alright, do we Queen of Dale? He's probably gonna play a non-creature spell, right? Queen of Dale. I mean, I draw a card anyways. We play a non-creature spell. I recruit, which is drawing a card. So let's go. Confidant draws me a card. This also draws me a card. No reason to not play this card that guarantees a card draw rather than this one that potentially gets a card draw if he doesn't get removed. Yeah, I think I made the right play there. I don't even want Confidant in this matchup because, yeah, I get card draw, but their burns are kind of scary. Oh, that is not what you're supposed to do. We drop Bob? Bobby? Bobby B? We drop my. The first striker. But I do want. You know what? We drop the Bob. Drop the Bob and we let him do his thing. Do your thing. Got another 1-mana spell, but what could it be? It can't deal 3 damage. That's Kumana. I could trade with Thalia here. Thalia. So trade with Cecil here. I don't know if I trade though. Dale. This time is a little bit more tricky. Do I Queen of Dale or do I Thalia? Thalia to tend to make this a 3. This a. I guess we thought this was kind of here. The only thing I'm afraid of is a Slick Shot. A Challenger? Annoying, but... Okay. He didn't have place. Wow. So... Is there a way for me to take 2? Can you block? If I play mine, I can shock myself for 2 and now flip these. I think that's worth it. I can't go into combat first to check for priority, because these have to be played first, otherwise I don't deal the damage. Flip Cecil. Do I really want to flip Cecil, though? I guess I don't need to flip Cecil, right? I have a 3/3. I attack. Oh, okay. You just. Okay! You didn't want to fight through that, huh? Big board of stuff. Alright, our opponent is OMG, the Fervent. OMG versus RNG, huh? Well, going first, but this is a hand of 2 drops. That's 1 drops in it, so good enough, I guess. Go Cecil. Hurt me like you've never hurt me before. We're gonna be at 10 in like 2 turns. Oh, okay. Thalia's pretty good at slowing our opponent. Do we Thalia here? I think that's worth the trouble. I would say that was worth the trouble. We Coppercoat Vanguard. Is Thalia harder to answer? I attack for 3, I go down to whatever. So let's go. We got Ward. Can't play Fable here, thanks to Thalia. He is the best thing that ever happened to White. Kill my Cecil? That would, not be too bad for me. Because I'm killing myself here. I'm lower life than he is. I'm aggroing him down. Kind of the funny part. If he plays nothing, Thalia's through 10 is going to get him. Probably going to play something. Go for the throw on the Coppercoat Vanguard, yeah. Yeah, you do that. I'm not even going to Thalia's Lieutenant. I think I'm just going to... Come on. Distraction. Get my war back on. Ow. Oh, GG. Good game, opponent. OMG, you did not last that long. Alright, our opponent is Ethos 1337. One goes first. Do I have a 1-drop? Don't have a 1-drop. That's a mulligan. I have a 1-drop now. I do have a 1-drop now. Take some, put away. And then Lieutenant is such a good card. Probably still doesn't though. Draw some more power, hopefully. That's not it. But gonna have to leverage. Do we play Thalia or do we play the Gale? I mean, this is Simic. So what are the odds that he plays? Probably gonna play Badger Mode Club next turn. I mean, on the off chance that he doesn't play Badger Mode Cup, dollars he can't counter it, so get a pretty strong board for the attack. He's probably gonna flash a creature. No, gonna take some damage. That's a lot of damage. Rose Spiral, you're gonna help me get a card. Not getting a creature. I want my Thalia. Down's gonna flip next turn. Really? I don't think I care about the graveyard as much as taxing them. Guess I did care. Not like it matters. I can only play one spell this turn anyways. Gotta make a creature indestructible. Make my lieutenant indestructible.
Worthy opponent.
That's 7 mana. Some big thing coming. Although it's only 6 for a non-creature spell. Thalia. Thankfully. They could... If they play a non-creature spell, recruit too, so... This is hard. Create 2 copies, or token copy of it. You can tap to add mana. This seems like a terrible card. What are we doing, opponent?
Amonkhet deserves to be liberated.
Gonna attack. Down to 1. There's that. Still only 6 mana. Yeah, did not go the way you wanted to, huh? I don't know what that deck does. Just ramped twice and died. Okay. Alright, our opponent is Friddle. Friddle Sticks. Season Friddle Sticks. Opponent goes first. I mean, there's 2 1-drops. Who would draw another land? There's Garena. Couldn't come out against that Greasefang deck. Here now. And not the greatest, but it's also not bad, right? Like, I just need a land for this hand not to be bad. That's usually a death sentence. Every time I say that, I feel like it's just, I'm asking for trouble here. That can't be removed, but that matters. Honestly, if I don't draw a land, the game is over. I drew 3 Thalia. 3 Thalia. 4 Thalia. 4 of a kind. What a fun game we had. Alright, our opponent is Kazachka. Kazachka. I feel like I'm in stroke reading his name. I go first. I have a black 1-drop, but then I have no second land. Got a mulligan. Okay. Okay, I still have no second land, so guess we'll mold to 5. You know. Arena. That's a mold of 5. 5. Crazy hand. Get Dossies here? For 1. I mean, I can hope to play a tap land and say go. Really leverage the hand. But if they don't do that, our mold of 5 is a loss. Not nice. It's not nice of a game with our opponent having no pets. They just crafted this deck. They went online, net decked, decided to play Champion of the Parish. Alright, well. The Champion of the Parish is going to have to meet Champion of the Adeline. Block. Block. Wonder if Adeline's gonna stay alive for a turn. They give me out a 1/1, so it's something, right? And then we got a Bobby B. Bobby B right here. Go for Adeline's throw, probably. Reading the cards. Reading the cards explains the card. I have not seen this card in a while. It's probably like a net deck or a deck from like 20 years ago. Oh, never mind. What? So this is a good card in a specific type of deck. Not this deck. That's a weird card in this deck. Oh, and he has a graveyard that he wants to raise the pass on. What do? We attack? Guess I should have played a bot first. We could double block Cecil. They don't. They just block those 1/1. Take 4. 8 a buttload of damage. They mill 3 more cards. I don't think they want to reanimate just these 2, and they don't have white, so I'm not a confidant. Adeline's giving us 1/1s every turn, so I think we're okay. Emptying the Parish is annoying, but it's not the end of the world. Please mill more cards into your graveyard. Please do. See how that works out for you. Our opponent is deciding to take the long-winded route playing the game. White and black. Just on a quack. Attack? Probably don't want to attack, right? Does not want to attack. Guess what? Arena. On the raise the pass? No pass for you. More damage is to be dealt. I'm gonna play the land here because I could draw Plaza and I need the mana for Plaza to activate Plaza. Okay. What our opponent's trying to do. A mill 2 card and gain 2 life. Okay. And it's Death Touch. Man, this deck looks really bad. I don't know what he's trying to do. Quite often. Ensures each opponent lose 1 life and gain 1. Okay, why do you play it backwards? Back. Guy wants a block. Adeline's gonna do 4 damage. Probably want to get rid of your whole board for this. Or just let me have lethal, you know? I'm okay with that too. Our opponent is clicking on every one of our cards after he net decked the zombie deck and thought he was smart. What the heck's going on outside? No idea. Okay, is that the block you want? Gonna let the 1 damage through? No, that's not the block you want. What is the block you want? You want there? Your time is running out. Yeah, I don't think this is an intentional slow play. I don't have to report him for this. Buddy, do you not see this is 4, 5, 6, 7? There's zombie control enter. Nothing's gonna. Okay. I guess math is not your strong suit. What? Give me exact lethal here. I didn't sack. If I sacked, I would not have exact lethal, but that was hilarious. Alright, our opponent is Reg A. Seasoned Reg A. Okay. Get to go first. I have a turn 1 play. I do have a turn 1 play. So I guess we keep. Honestly, like, it's looking like a good hand. But really all depends on what our opponent follows up with. Light of hand is that deck. Is going to be very helpful against that deck. Probably got burn spells, but how much would he want to use his burn spells on turn 2? And if he doesn't, he's going to be in a lot more trouble. But he'll want to burn my. Right? Remember hard challenges. Oh, attack me, please. Do not attack me. Coppercoat. Then he just burns the Coppercoat? I'll attack for 3. I don't think he can deal with the 3-4 that easy. So I'm leaving Cecil out here to block the Emberheart Challenger. In case he has a monster's rage or something. Yeah, this is a hand without lands. What happens when you don't put lands in your deck? Makes sense. I also did not get any Moxes. Opponent seems to be roping. I mean, every non-creature spell he plays will also hurt him. Playing a Verge. He did not miss a land drop, even though we did. Pretty sure we're running the same amount of lands. If not, I'd run less. I run more. This deck, like, aggro, is it? I have like 1 or 2. Our creature must block. I was gonna block. Wait, no. His own creature must. Why did you target yourself? You could have killed my Thalia's Lieutenant. Not first lining. It's gonna take a while learning. Wait, no, he discarded. Okay. Sure. Good game. Whatever that was. Pathetic. Alright, our opponent is Tomi. Go first. That is a control deck. I don't have a Thalia. Do you have Garena? You know what? That's fine. I have a Queen of Death. Oh, I don't have a land number 2, huh? Oh, hey. Not the control deck I thought it would be. Queen of Dale, any? And Dale anyway. Pretty good card. Then we Garena, if he puts cards in the... I don't know. Then we Thalia's Lieutenant? This is Simic. I think it's probably better to Thalia's Lieutenant and get more damage. Thinks I can do both. Gonna counter? Doesn't counter. Exile your graveyard. Can't counter this. What? That's a surprising card. I did not know there was a fog. Okay, we're playing against fog. Opponent? Sure about that? Like, this is a pretty scary board already. If I get like a 4 pump? Oh, I guess I just milled my... Oh no, I did not. He milled my board pump. Okay, which means I can extraction... Oh, that's the... Thanks to him. Lethal. Good game. Thanks, I guess. I don't know, this just seems pretty bad to play all around. Fog meta. Welcome back, everyone. Now that you saw all those pioneering human games, how does this deck feel? Well, I gotta come clean. I cut out like 3 or 4 games where I lost on turn 1. Yeah, I'm not kidding. I lost on turn 1. Now, Most of that is because of Leyline Axe and then the red dude that makes the equipment spell cost or equipment target cost 3 less. And I do get that the equipment archetype in Pioneer is a lot more popular because of Hammer Time and because of Hobbit. Equipment became a lot more powerful archetype. So yeah, that's where this deck might falter, especially if they went first. Along with that, I also immediately quit against a few games because I saw our opponent going first with a turn 1 Landward Elf. This deck does not come back from the turn from the bottom. I don't know how to say it, but it does not come back, right? If it loses tempo, it's just gonna lose the game. So if our opponent turn 1 Landward Elf into like a turn 3 combo, that's game over no matter what. This deck cannot come out of that deficit. But that being said, when you have the tempo, the aggression, you're gonna go the distance. So I do think that it's fair, right? It's still a fair game no matter what. Now, that being said, is the Queen of Dale a good card? That's the biggest thing that I've noticed with this deck, these matchups today. I think the biggest thing about how we played the games today is Queen of Dale actually relevant in this deck? I would say it is. Against non-creature decks, Queen of Dale gives a lot of recruits. Or a lot of time, because our opponent's targeting a Queen of Dale to remove her. Against creature decks, the Queen of Dale is not that great, but which is fine. This deck fights other creature decks very well when we have tempo. So what is the biggest thing about this deck that I do find frustrating is, early game, our Mox Amber is completely pointless. Because when we play a 1-drop, Mox Amber does not add any mana. And on turn 2, we're going to play a 2-drop, which means that our Mox Amber also doesn't really do much in accelerating us. So that is the biggest downside that I noticed in today's games that was very frustrating, right? The biggest advantage that we get in this deck with all these legendaries is that the Mox Amber gives us an extra mana. But if we can't utilize that extra mana on turn 1 or turn 2, it loses all of its oomph. So that is something that I actively want to adjust. Going forward, if I want to replay this deck, what I think I'm going to cut out is some Dark Confidant. Believe it or not, Confidants are very good, but Queen of Dale also is a card draw. So there's a redundancy in 2-mana card draw, where sometimes maybe the life total loss is too much with Dark Confidant, but more often than not, I don't want to be drawing cards on turn 2. I want to pressure. I want to deal damage, and Confidant's not doing that. So you know what I actually think we need? Go to human. We need a 1-drop human that is very active in the early game. So it could be Dauntless Bodyguard to give a creature indestructible. But of course, giving a creature indestructible very often is not that useful in the current format. Garena gives all our creatures indestructible, and very rarely do I actually use that effect. You can also run the Giant Killer, which, if as a human peasant, we can tap a big creature. Very often, that is not going to matter because our opponent's going wide, or their one big creature is going to have hexproof. So, what I really think is necessary, I wonder if this go in Pioneer. I don't think it got banned. I just don't remember what it's called. It is... Oh, you can run the Veteran Survivor. That's another card that I didn't think about, but now that I look through the 1-drop list, definitely a good card to have out the 1-drop, because we can play any of these, play the Mox Amber, and then get out a Veteran Survivor, and that Veteran Survivor will then be able to exile our opponent's graveyard, and then slow them down from doing whatever combo shenanigans they may have. But the biggest thing that I really thought about running, that's right here, the Hopeful Initiate. This is a card that was always the human deck. I completely forgot about it while crafting this deck, but you know what? That's a very useful card for this deck. Very often we get these 1-drops, and the Hopeful Initiate is there to help us then kind of go over the top by the training, or remove a combo piece with these +1, removing these +1 on counters to remove an artifact or a gem. That might be important. And the biggest thing that I need to remember is we're not cutting 1-drops, we're cutting 2-drops for Hopeful Initiate, so that on turn 1, we can play a 1-drop, play Mox Amber, and then play the Hopeful Initiate. You can't do that with Cecil, remember that. So if you play Cecil and the Mox Amber, you might think, I'm falling far behind because I'm not using that mana. That's okay. On turn 2, if you play a 2-drop, then if you have a second land, you can still play the Hopeful Initiate on turn 2. So that does not fall too far behind, and you can still leverage that into an advantage into turn 3 or 4, and I might still be good enough to win those games. So, yeah, Hopeful Initiate is a card that's woefully needed in this deck over Dark Confidant or Bobby B, believe it or not. But that's really all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you guys next time.